What are you doing, Dan?
Just doing some reading.
What have we got there? What are you reading?
I'm reading a little comment that came in when we did our video on the M4 versus Strixon telephone number product.
Oh yeah, the Underdog really the big one, and they came out quite close, and they were both good, that one.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure in that one we probably said that they were very similar.
Yeah.
Strixon did feel like it had a few yards more, but then obviously when you get on the course you don't really see that. Like we saw it on the course, but it made no difference to what our next shot would be. I like that video. I thought that was quite good, honest, from a neutral standpoint, sponsored by Titleist, but they want me to be neutral. You're not sponsored by anyone, you're as neutral as they come. So, what does it say? Love the video, great video, brilliant test, is that what it says?
Not quite. In this particular comment, it said, not a fair comparison.
Oh, okay.
Different shafts
Right.
by a huge margin.
Ah.
Getting sick of tests that aren't true tests.
Oh, so we need to try harder.
Yeah.
So what have you got for me today? You've got 2 clubs
So I've got you 2 clubs.
to test. Even flows.
So I've got Even Flow Project X 6.0 stiff 65 gram. I've got a blue one, Even Flow 6.0 S 65 gram.
Now, when we look at these 2 shafts, one of them is slightly lower launching than the other, is what the website says.
Correct. So they're both the same weight.
Yeah.
They've got a little bit difference in torque, so one's a little less torque than the other.
Okay.
The blue one says that it's a lower launching shaft,
Okay.
and the white one says it's a mid launching shaft.
So the blue should go low. Are we in the same loft for both of these clubs?
Right, so what I've done is I've tried to match up the best we can. So we've got 9.5 in the Titleist TS2.
Right.
And I've got 10.5 in the Callaway Rogue, but I've knocked it down a degree. So it's at 9.5 is the setting, and it's all neutral, just like the Titleist is.
Let's hit.
So we hit some.
So my question with that comment to start me off, so I guess what he's suggesting is that the shafts obviously are going to affect the data, so then you're getting different numbers.
Yeah.
But why would you put one shaft in every head? That suggests that every head is exactly the same, so that because the head's going to bring its variable to the grip, to even the neck hosel might even bring a variable.
Yeah, they do.
If you wanted to go like that far down the rabbit hole. So you would have to be some level of golfer, and I've been on tours all around the world with some of the best watching fittings, and they're not feeling 300 revs to even begin to see what the difference is. Also as well, what if that shaft isn't available for that club? What would that test, what would be the point in that test? We've tested a club in a shaft that you can't get. We have, what?
Yeah.
I'm struggling to understand that one. You can't have your cake and eat it. If the shaft is that important, well, why is the head not important? Like, you can't have it both ways.
I mean, I would like to think that when these guys are producing Project X, Even Flow, I would like to think that that shaft is going to perform very similar to a Project X Even Flow in another driver, but it's been designed slightly differently for that head.
Yeah, well, the clubs, yeah, well,
Do you
there
know
is
what I
a
mean?
part of that, yes.
There is a part of that.
Well, the manufacturers of the clubs of the shafts are producing shafts for the manufacturers.
Yeah.
I don't know where this comes from, but let's see what happens with the test. Let's keep hitting. So we're just going to change over now to the Rogue, and in theory the Rogue is the lower launching one, is that correct?
Yeah, so this is the lower launching shaft.
Right, same loft.
Same loft.
But obviously you've got, who's measuring where the centre of gravity is on any club that we test? So how many have you hit with each? Let's kick us off there.
So I've hit four with each here.
Any difference in feel?
Not really, no. I'm not feeling anything. I'm not feeling anything different in the weight. I'm not feeling anything different in the twisting at the bottom or anything along those lines. So no, all pretty much the same, to be honest.
What do you see then, Dan? Any difference in those two of the numbers?
So what we got, ball speed TS2, 147.7. As we're getting really technical, I'm going point now, okay?
Yeah.
and then 150.3, so slightly hotter off the face of the Rogue for this particular test.
Okay.
So we've got a lower launching shaft in the Rogue, mid-launching shaft in the TS2, so 15 degree angle launch from the TS2 and 14.9 degree launch with the Rogue.
What, and you're telling me you can't feel 0.1?
I'm sorry.
Spin?
So spin on an average, you can see here 2,460 revs with the TS2, and with the Rogue on an average of 2,606 revs.
So more spin with the Rogue.
Slightly more spin with the Rogue.
But I see your standard deviation is more with the Rogue. So you've got one Rogue in there at 3,000.
Yeah,
so if you were to take that one away,
took that one out,
it's within...
It's 1 RPM.
So why would you have a Rogue high spinner in the Rogue? Strike, possibly?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, pop that back out.
Distance?
Distance, so let's look at carry, shall we? 254 carry with the TS2.
Yeah.
And 257 carry with the Rogue.
Okay, so I want you to do one more thing for me.
Okay.
So I want you to hit 4 more shots with TS2.
Okay.
Because there's a slight pattern that I'm seeing there. What would you think that is? Any warming up, getting involved in those numbers?
Yeah, I mean I've started in the TS2. I've moved into the Rogue, so I'd now like to go. Like whenever I do a fitting for anybody, I'm going to put them back in their own driver or the start driver because they're warm.
Yeah, let's see it. So 4 or 5 more with the Titleist, and you could keep going like this all day. You could keep retesting if you want to confirm, and that's something I think people don't do enough in fittings is retest. If you find something, unless you have a massive opportunity to have a huge data capture, and I'm talking thousands, which no one will because energy plays its part, like you get tired. If you think you found something, that's great. Just confirm it with a retest. Do it again. Can you find it again?
Yeah.
Is an important thing to try and think about doing. What are we seeing now then, Daniel Sam?
So, right, so we've now got it, the ball speed's picked up a little bit. So as I've got warmed up, I'm now at 148.9.
Opposed to 150.
Opposed to the Rogue at 150.3.
The Rogue's doing well.
Rogue's doing very good. Then this is the lower launching shaft, remember?
In the Rogue.
So 14.9 in the Rogue, and then the mid launching shaft is now at 14.6 in the TS2.
Yeah.
Spin, I'm still at 2.4. I was around 2.46 I think before.
Yeah.
And now it's still around the same spin.
So the spin is higher on the Rogue because you've got the 1-3000 in there. So when that, if you disable that one again like we did.
Yeah, so we were
2459 to 2425. It's less than 100 revs. It's less than 50 revs.
Yeah, and that was before at 2460, I believe. So it's within a.
It's you're changing. It's not.
Yeah. Then if we look at
what's your yardage?
Yardage-wise, we're at 257 with the Rogue, if we remember.
Yeah.
And now I'm 256 with the TS2.
So for me, and this is what I think is quite interesting, is that, and why I like picking up on certain comments, certainly ones that I think that's quite an aggressive comment because I see those people in golf clubs kind of bullying other people. Oh, that's not right for you. Like as if they've got some knowledge of something that's there when it actually isn't. I've been testing clubs for 10 years, and what happens is my ball has 262 written on it because they go 262 if they're fitted correctly. The idea that every club should have the same shaft baffles me because we don't know where the centre of gravity is. I'm leaving that up for the manufacturer of the club and the shaft to kind of hone that in best for their club to get the most out of it. And it doesn't matter how many times we do these tests, the numbers are ridiculously close, aren't they? They're just ridiculously close. Like how many more times?
Yeah. The biggest factor that we see is when we don't strike it.
Yeah,
right.
Every time. But the problem is with those comments, and keep posting, thanks for the comment. I'm not picking on this person. No. It creates more conversation and more
education.
Yeah, absolutely. It's more the aggression of it. Tests in inverted commas, as if they know something that I mean, show us, make a video and show us that it's wrong, because I've been doing it for 10 years and it's the same result every time. It's almost like they're looking for that spec, like, I don't know what they're looking for. I wish I could help them find it.
The secret.
So I still like our original video. I thought the test was quite good.
I did. And the underdog did very well in that test.
Yeah. But why would you test the club in a shaft that you might not be able to get for it? I don't know.
It's hard. I mean, you know, we can get access to lots of things.
Yeah.
More than lots of people, should we say, but even we can't get that sort of access to get those shafts.
Well,
you know, imagine me wrapped up here with all these same shafts with different ferrules on them for different heads. It would just, you know, it's just not possible in here.
I think the more interesting thing for me is when you say that, is that I could absolutely, the manufacturers ask what I want, all of them, apart from obviously one manufacturer that you probably all know doesn't talk to me, but they'll do whatever. If I've got an idea to try and disprove or prove what they're claiming, they want to help, because none of them are hiding. They want to go, yeah, what do you need? Well, do that, like, because we're confident in what we've got. The reason that I don't is I've done it, so why waste my, it doesn't change, it doesn't change. So what it almost, that would, to me, if we were to get exactly everything, it would kind of suggest, there'd be a bit suggesting that maybe they should do the same. Absolutely not, because just a millimetre out strike that you're in control of will have a massive effect on where the ball goes, compared to getting lost in this world of tinkering. So like, I don't want, like, it's almost like I don't want to feed the fire. Do you know what I mean? It's like why waste your time trying to, oh, hang on, we've just made a video where we've just we've just done it, haven't we?
Yeah. We're in a world of tinkerers.
Don't know why we made this one now, do you?